This episode of Chrisley Confessions 2.0 is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com offers a wide array of hotels and vacation rentals across the U.S., so you can find exactly what you're looking for. There's something for everyone, even those who are impossible to please. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com. Yeah. Book today on the site or in the app.
Welcome to Chrisley Confessions 2.0. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm good. We're back from the Caymans, which explains why we're so tan.
Yes.
And
can't tone it, tan it.
Oh my God. As I told you to stay out of the sun.
Listen, I've just determined that I am job security for Pam Chaney.
Well,
not that she needs it, because she's got an abundance.
She goes, folks, and she gets out in the sun and she bakes and bakes and bakes after she spent thousands of dollars on laser. Then she comes back and says, oh my God, I'm going to have my laser done. Like she didn't know that was going to happen.
You're right. So
say it again one more time.
You're right.
It does sound good. So now
you're right.
You're getting ready to leave me.
Yes, this has been a crazy week. I filmed a podcast with Savannah today. Mm-hmm. And then I have literally been running all week. So I scheduled all of Chloe's appointments that she would need while I was gone. So we've done orthodontist and we've done dermatology and we're doing tutoring and everything. So it's been crazy and just trying to get everything together. You know, when Savannah and I were doing a project together with other people, and, you know, it's different than what Chrisley knows best. You know, I knew what to expect. We were 95% of the time filming out of our home. So if I needed extra clothes or whatever, it was always there. And I'm not going to have that. I mean, we are literally on location the entire time.
Right.
So that's given me a little bit of anxiety, but it'll be okay.
And the fact that you're not going to have me right there with you.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
For sure.
Then I'm going to let you handle all your business affairs going forward if you don't need me.
No, you said there at the place, at the place that you weren't going to be there.
Yes,
not in life. What are you doing?
You start getting panicky when you start thinking.
What are you talking about? No, I'm talking about.
That home.
I didn't say anything about that.
This is the funniest thing.
I said I could probably survive for 3 weeks. Like
this is you survived a lot longer than that.
Yeah,
in a lot worse conditions.
For sure.
So Julie was talking to me the other day, and you said you were talking to one of your friends, and they were talking about, you know, issues they're having in their marriage and whatever. And Julie said, and you know, I just couldn't relate to that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
She goes, I just couldn't relate to that. And I just turned, what did I do?
Yeah, you just turned and laughed. It's kind of that. It was this viral thing going around on, I think it was Instagram, where the wife would go up to the husband and she'd be like, honey, I have a problem this month. And he'd be like,
what's the problem, babe?
I'm not going to be able to make the mortgage payment or my house.
Baby, you ain't never made the damn mortgage payment.
That's.
I was dying laughing when I was in the kitchen and she was like, and I can't relate to that.
Literally, this just happened to me. I was in a store getting some really cute shoes for my trip. And these wonderful ladies came in. They're like, oh, Julie, oh my gosh, we love you guys. Thank you so much. They were from Memphis. And they're like, is Todd with you? I said, no, honey, he's working so I can be in here. They just died laughing.
I feel that pain too. I do feel that.
I said, no, he's working so I can be in here.
So last night we were sitting at the kitchen counter. Well, I was while you were cooking. Mm-hmm. And folks, you know that I am just not a petty person. But I can be persuaded. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to do it?
Go ahead, because you're not going to be happy.
Okay. Well, if she's going to insist that I do this, I'm just going to.
I'm not insisting anything. You're doing this on your own accord, on your own.
But you feel like I should.
I said it's on you.
As a public service,
whatever you
announcement.
choose to do.
Okay, folks, y'all know that I went to this busted summer camp for like 28 months. And I was surrounded by staff
Quit picking at your shoe.
that absolutely could have qualified for disability checks versus getting them from the BOP. And when I say disability,
that's his opinion, folks. That's his opinion.
they were all window lickers. I can tell you that now.
Not all of them. You said some of them were okay.
Okay, well, the ones that I said that was okay are Chaplain Dixon, Miss Gamble, Taff. Let's see, I'm having to start thinking.
All right, go ahead with your story.
But at any rate, so I'm sitting there at the kitchen counter and I get this text, and it was of a video. And I'm going to be posting these clips so that y'all understand this. And it was this little fat Asian woman, and who tatted from asshole to elbow. She was this dyke that was down at Pensacola. And I get this video, and it's Miss Shirley Bui from Pensacola, who used to be a part of the Dyke Brigade at Pensacola, coming around and tearing all the men's shit up. Well, Miss Shirley Bui went to a Mexican restaurant in Pensacola, along with, I hate to do this because I really didn't have a problem with it, but because you're hanging out with them, I have to out you too, Delgado. Then you had her sitting with Mr. Delgado and his ugly, oh my God, his girlfriend, whatever the hell she is to him. She looks like a...
Todd, okay.
You said I could do it.
No, I didn't say you could do that.
She looks like a busted old version of Morticia Adams because she can't afford the hair color no more. They're all sitting in this Mexican restaurant in Pensacola. And little short, fat Shirley Bui, she decides she's got to go take a piss. Well, rather than go to the bathroom, folks, Miss Shirley Bui goes and takes a piss in the middle of the break room floor in the Mexican restaurant. Because she was, I guess, so inebriated that she didn't realize that she was not squatting over a toilet. Well, the Mexican restaurant did not like it, so they called the Pensacola police. She is standing there, keep in mind, talks so much shit about President Trump, about the Republican Party, all that shit. She flashes this little cheap-ass dime store wallet, something that she would be wearing or carrying, and said she's on special assignment for President Trump. She's so drunk that the president she trashed, she's now on special assignment for. I don't know what the special assignment was. I don't know if he sent her there to piss in the break room or what. I don't know. But the police said to her, they want to see her ID. She said, I gave you my passport. He didn't ask for no passport. Well, then Delgado, who is now, I think, over at Coleman, I got to check that out. Coleman's another Bureau of Prisons. He starts chiming in, which is really odd for him because he really was quiet. He starts chiming in, and that policeman said, interfere with my investigation again and I'll show you. Now, folks, this is the BOP's finest people from Pensacola. So I saw that and I looked at Julie and I said, I think that's damn big old fat Bui from Pensacola. And I then called the person who sent it to me and I said, is that big old funky Shirley from Pensacola? And they started laughing. They said, yes. And who's sitting at that booth? And I said, Delgado, and that ugly ass old woman that I don't know why he was ever with. And she started laughing. She said, that's it. That's it. I said, I have got to send this all the way up the food chain because we cannot be having such as this working for the Bureau of Prisons, as if it's not bad enough, folks.
You know, sheets don't usually fail all at once. It's the little things. Corners that won't stay put, fabric that feels thinner and scratchier than it used to, waking up warmer and more uncomfortable than you should. You don't always realize how bad your sheets have gotten until you finally replace them. If your sheets are peeling, thinning, slipping, or overheating, that's your sign it's time to upgrade to Boll & Branch. Boll & Branch signature sheets are made from 100% organic cotton and designed to hold their shape, stay breathable, and feel luxuriously soft night after night. You'll fall asleep faster, stay comfortable all day, and actually notice the difference the moment you get into bed. And they don't wear out. They get softer with every wash. You know, I've talked about Boll & Branch so many times, and I have told you guys that I have sent Boll & Branch to Grayson, and he is actually loving them at college. We are now on our second set of sheets, and I just love them that they wash up so good and that they truly do get better with every wash. So upgrade your sleep during Boll & Branch annual spring event. Take off 20% site-wide plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com/confessions with code confessions. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/confessions, code confessions to unlock 20% off. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Is it alarming the amount of money you've spent with DoorDash? I know it sure is for me. Well, I just found something out about DoorDash that is more alarming. There are serious allegations coming out that the app may have tracked your precise location and shared it with third-party companies without your consent. And those companies may have improperly used the information for their own commercial purposes. This is a big deal. Talk about privacy concerns. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is jumping in to investigate and help protect consumer privacy. This is crazy because so many people use DoorDash. I mean, it is just something that people use every day. Do they really need to use our personal information and let others have it? I mean, there is no such thing as privacy anymore. So if you've used the DoorDash app between 2023 and 2025 and you qualify for a claim, you may be entitled to compensation. You can easily check to see if you qualify by going to forthepeople.com/cc or click the link in the description below. The free case review only takes 5 minutes or less. That's forthepeople.com/cc. This is a paid advertisement.
So I wanted to share that with y'all because they all tune into this podcast. So Shirley, I got you. You remember that time you come in a dorm with your other lesbian friend, Sherry Salisbury, and y'all was going around acting like yours was bigger than any man's in there, and y'all was tearing shit up. Remember that day? My, how the tides have turned, Miss Shirley Bui. Let me give you some advice. When you're going to cop a squat in public, it needs to be in a restroom, not a break room. You should not be out in Pensacola getting intoxicated. Shirley, what were you thinking? And Delgado, you're a DTS, drug treatment specialist, and out here letting your little fat friend get drunk in a Mexican restaurant, piss in the floor. Did you not train her before you brought her out? She ain't housebroke. So what's wrong?
Nothing.
I'm just saying everything you told me to say.
Oh, no. I don't even know these people.
She's chicken shit. I'm not afraid of them. You ain't got to be afraid of them no more. They're not real cops, honey. They rent-a-cops.
I have no comment.
Well, I'm not one to talk poorly about people, as you can tell. But I did want to bring y'all up to speed that Shirley, little short fat Shirley Bui, who was best sidekick friends with her ratchet wig wearing, licky lazy Sherry Salisbury, who hated men. And now she got put in cuffs by a man. Now that day did not end the way Shirley wanted it to end. She might have wanted to have been handcuffed, but it wasn't by a dude. So with that being said, why are you getting nervous, honey? You're the one, we went over this.
No, I've not gone over anything with you. I've not gone over anything. Trust you me. And everybody that listens and watches this podcast knows you don't go over anything with me, and I don't have any control over what you do.
Well, I can just tell you now that Shirley, I'm not one to relish in someone else's downfall, but I will in yours. I'll make an exception. So will my friend Terrence, Jason, Tanner, Aaron, No Nick. Well, hell, I'll just say everyone at Pensacola in A, B, C, and D. So she is now going to be called the Phantom Pisser. How does it feel, Miss Shirley Bui, to be known as the Phantom Pisser? I believe that your credentials with President Trump are probably going to be revoked and that your mission that you said he sent you on has been completed. So with that being said, Julie, I'm not going to sit around and be a party to other people talking about someone else's downfall.
That makes me happy.
So
when are you starting that?
When am I going to start it?
Yeah.
Folks, that's the end of my tirade today. Now I'm going to be nice.
Did you see where Britney Spears got a DUI?
Oh, here we fucking go again with Britney. See, that's what happened when she got taken out from under that guardianship. Now, you knew...
Or conservatorship.
A conservatorship, guardianship. She had a ship that was anchored her down to where she couldn't get access to all that damn money.
Very sad. It's so sad to me.
But you don't remember when we were there at the summit in Beverly Hills and we were getting ready to make an offer on this house, and we were inside with Betsy Malloy, our agent, and Brittany and her people were outside in their SUV waiting to come in and tour the same house, and she bought it that day when we were making our offer. Mm-hmm. So that's the house that she was rolled out on a stretcher when shaved her head and...
I know, it's just so sad to me. Like, I mean, she's a mother,
But
she has
I understand
two
all
boys,
that, but I just think that ship has sailed because listen,
what ship has sailed?
That ship has sailed with us trying to figure out what's going on with Britney, because every time that something comes up on Instagram, she's in her panties. And it's the same move. And then she was in there doing this right here with knives.
I know.
So no,
it makes me sad because really,
it's Britney, bitch.
There's some mental health issues, and it makes me sad.
We all have mental health issues.
Yeah, we do.
But she just sold a catalog for $200 million. Somebody needs to take some of that money and get her some help.
I know. That's what we actually, Savannah and I were talking about that, because I feel like she did the best that she's done when she was under the conservatorship. Mm-hmm. And, there was like people were either for it or against it, but I think her behavior has proven
that she needs to have proper supervision.
She needs that supervision. And it's so sad. I mean,
I just feel like that if she and Justin had gotten married, that this would have been a different
Todd, they were children. Why are you going back to that? They were kids.
Because that's what she went back to. That's where she says her trauma began.
No, let's not say that. She didn't say her trauma.
She says that because she did not, that she was a virgin until Justin, and that after she had sex with him, the relationship ended, and that she was devastated, and that she can trace her trauma back to that. And you've seen how Justin moves.
I don't know. I'm not going to. Listen, listen, we all have trauma. We all have things that we've gone through.
Yes, I have trauma too, folks. My first wife was a ginger.
It just breaks my heart for her because, it does.
Well, I hate that. And I hope that things work out for her. And I hope that God will protect her and place a healing hand on her.
Me too. sad.
Because her daddy's done got too old to be jumping back on the train.
You know, like we talked about on the last podcast, Nancy Guthrie, Savannah's mom, is still missing.
That's
I did
awful.
see where she had to go back. She went back to, didn't have to, I guess, but she went back on the Today Show today.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, so
How did she do?
I don't know. I didn't get to see it, but I could imagine it would be very hard and very heavy.
I could not
but,
imagine if
you know, I mean, it's just the unknown, you know, and it's just so sad that in this day and time, they haven't uncovered or they haven't solved this case as to where this poor lady is.
It's horrible. I mean, I think about, well, you know what I've already put in place about
Oh
Mama.
my gosh. So let me tell you, the other night, I am literally cooking. I am grilling. I'm in the kitchen. I'm going everywhere, right? Well, earlier in the day, Faye had called and talked to Chloe, which was, I mean, not that she doesn't talk to Chloe, but it was weird. I don't know. And she said, have your dad call me.
Right.
You went to call her. It immediately went to
voicemail.
So we tried for like probably an hour just trying to get her to answer. I called, it was going straight to voicemail. You called, it was going straight to voicemail. I was like, he's not. And then he gets all anxious and starts worrying and starts going down, thinking all these horrible things. And
as she's talking about Nancy Guthrie.
And then Chad comes in and we have Chad call her. Well, then she finally answered. As I'm literally getting ready to walk out the door, I was like, I'm just going to go check on her. Get ready to walk out the door. Chad gets her to answer. Somehow, she had blocked
me and Julie.
Now, I know I talked to her earlier in the day because I speak to her every single day.
She says it's her phone, that the phone's doing it on its own.
So I don't know how she's blocked both of us, but she had blocked us both. But of course, she hadn't blocked Chad, so he was able to talk to her.
Because she needs Chad to do her hair.
No, remember, she's given up her color. That ship has sailed. She doesn't care about that anymore.
I know. I've tried to get her to color her hair, and she said, I'm not.
And listen, I used to say, I don't know why you don't color your hair. But as I have gotten grayer and grayer and grayer, it's a lot of work. Is grayer
a word?
Grayer, yeah. More gray, whatever.
Yeah, more gray.
It has, grayer I think is a word. It's a lot of work.
Okay.
So I can see why. And
well, then I told you, let's go gray together.
I'm not going. That is not on this podcast, no.
But you just...
On this date, February, whatever we are, in 2026.
Well, it's not. It's March.
Oh, March. Never mind. See, I'm already...
You see what's wrong? She's always trying to catch up.
It's March. Sorry. We're not going gray. He might go gray.
I don't give a shit.
I'm not going gray. These days, I'm all about quality over quantity, especially in my closet. If it's not well-made and versatile, it's just not worth it to me. That's honestly why I love Quince. The fabrics feel elevated, the cuts are thoughtful, and the pricing actually makes sense. Quince makes high-quality wardrobe staples using premium fabrics like 100% European linen, 100% silk, and organic cotton poplin. Lightweight cotton cashmere sweaters perfect for the changing seasons. And can't miss seasonal colors and prints for spring. Versatile, well-made pieces that make getting dressed simple. Quince works directly with safe, ethical factories and cuts out the middlemen. You're not paying for brand markup or fancy retail stores, just quality clothing. Quince clothing is consistently rated 4.5 to 5 stars by thousands of customers. Real people wearing these pieces every day and actually loving them. That Quince cotton cashmere sweater has become my go-to. It's light enough for layering but still feels luxe. And it doesn't cost what I thought quality cashmere would. And let's face it, the weather in Nashville is so crazy, you always have to have a great sweater on hand. Stop waiting to build the wardrobe you actually want. You don't need a closet full of options. You need pieces that work. Right now, go to quince.com/Chrisley for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to wear it and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/Chrisley for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/Chrisley. Starting something new isn't just hard, it's terrifying. So much work goes into a new venture that you're not even entirely sure will work. And it's hard to make that leap of faith. Trust me, we know. When we started this podcast, we weren't even sure what we were doing. I mean, what if we make a fool of ourselves? Which we have. And what if no one listens? Thank goodness they do. But the one thing that I am sure about is that it helps so much to have a partner like Shopify on your side to help. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Accelerate your efficiency whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. It's time to turn those what ifs into with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/Chrisley Confessions. Go to shopify.com/Chrisley Confessions. That's shopify.com/Chrisley Confessions.
But so we end up getting her on the phone.
Yes.
And she goes, you ain't call me.
Yeah.
And then Judy said, Faye, see if you've got us blocked. Well, I wouldn't block y'all. Y'all my lifelines.
Yeah.
She looked, she said, oh, hell, I do have you. It's his phone. It's done it again. Because I blocked my friend Nicole, and I'd never block her.
Yeah, I don't know what she's hitting on the phone, but she's doing something because it's definitely messing people up.
Yes,
Messing her up.
100%.
Yeah, definitely messing her up.
So I had a good trip to DC on the stuff that I'm working on there. So that went really well. I had a great dinner at a restaurant there called Cafe Milano, and Savannah turned me on to it. And it is literally my new favorite place. Yeah. It's Italian. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. And I'm working on trying to put together a bill that will help with expungement of people's records after 5 years, that will try to wash away everything, to remove it from all public domains, everything. Because, Australia does that.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, isn't there a country that does
Australia
that?
does that, yeah.
And this is my thing. And I think there has to be limits as far as like, I'm sorry, but if you're a child molester, if you go out here and murder somebody, if you hurt somebody, there has to be like parameters.
Right.
But for certain things, if you do your time, if you adhere to the rules, if you do your probation or whatever's required of you, and you have fulfilled all the financial responsibility, and then there's a certain amount of time that passes, I believe you should truly be able to get a second chance.
Yes.
Because it's so hard, and people don't realize it, how hard it is to start over.
And that's the whole purpose that started this for me.
Right.
We have not had
as nearly as much. I mean, we still have had instances where, we've had certain things flagged or whatever because of the original indictment.
Right.
So yes, that's still there.
But we don't have an issue buying a home, a car, things like that. 90% of the population coming out of prison, they don't have that luxury. They don't have that blessing. Right. They can't even go and rent an apartment.
Right. And
because of that conviction.
Yeah.
And so.
And it's hard because if you think about it, for instance, a white collar crime. A lot of people who are convicted of white collar crimes are educated. And have lots of experience in whatever field. So let's just say if it was an accountant or if it was a financial
Except
person
our
or
accountant.
a banker.
Clearly he didn't have good
or
experience.
Whatever. But, they went to college, they got a degree in finance or accounting, and then they proceeded and got jobs for that and whatever. That's all they really know how to do. That's what their degree is in. And now they can't use it because of this.
Right.
And I just don't think, at some point, we have to give people second chances. And I'm all about second chances for anybody. I was about it before this.
Right.
I'm about it now. And I just feel like the only way to keep recidivism down and keep people from doing the same thing. If you take a drug crime, if they can't, I know so many people that were in prison for drugs, and there is no doubt in my mind that they will never touch a drug when they leave. I know that, and I'm not rose-colored glasses.
Right.
But because of that, it's going to be so hard for them to get a job, to be able to start over. And it makes it's so much easier to fall back into selling drugs because nobody's willing to give you a second chance.
Exactly. I mean,
that is just, it's a hard thing because I don't know how you correct it. I
used to think about it, when I was there, like, what am I going to do when I get out of here? And I mean, it kept coming back to OnlyFans. And go
ahead and sign up.
It was either that or prostitution. And then I realized that nobody was paying for 57-year-old dick. So then I thought, I'm not going to go do that. Too old to be a streetwalker. So now I'm just going to do fake photos and put them on OnlyFans.
Well, I don't think you do photos, right?
I don't know.
And I don't think you shouldn't do fake.
Well, see, go ahead and tell all your business and you're going to get somebody to take your husband.
I'm just saying.
But you see, you just sit there and advertise for me, but I appreciate it.
I don't want you to do anything that would appear fraudulent. If you're going to do OnlyFans, you need to do it.
See, folks, it ain't going to be no $3.99. It's about £1 over here.
Shut up. You are horrible. You're, by the way, not doing OnlyFans.
But I was in the shower the other morning. And our shower's all glass all the way around. And so I'm in the shower and I'm facing the wall where the water's coming out. And what did you walk by and say?
Oh, I said, oh my God, Todd, you really are getting a butt. Because you've never really had a butt.
But now you got something to hold on to. You got something to hold on to.
I'm like, yeah, he really
I just realized that I needed more back there to push all that's up here. So, I mean, it worked out good.
You're being real saucy today, and you need to tone it down.
I can't believe that we're going to be away from each other for how many days?
No.
Is that 15 days?
More than that.
Because you leave on the 8th. And
20 days.
You're back on the 27th.
Well, we don't have to tell everybody our business. Around 3 weeks.
We're not telling y'all our business, but we're going to be back in 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to get a little, I'm not going to lie to you. I was laying there last night. I was thinking, this is the first time that we're going to be away from each other since May 28th.
I know. That's crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm like talking to Chloe and getting her like, okay, just know I'm going to be gone, but I will be back.
Right.
I don't want her to have any like anxiety or,
Well, you can't stop that.
This is the longest I've been away from her.
She's going to have that because she don't like to be away from you.
Right. But this is the longest I've been away from her. So this will be the longest I will be away from her since I've been back home. So, yeah.
How are you going to survive without me?
I don't know.
It's going to be difficult, right?
So hard.
Not going to have these buns of steel.
Oh my God. Shut up.
So, I've gotten a lot of, messages from people about the podcast where I was talking about Savannah being on The View.
Yeah.
And 95% of it, great, positive. But I want to address the 5%.
See, that's what I don't understand.
I just said 95% was
So
positive.
95. Why do you give life to the 5%?
Because I want them to understand that, their thing is in this climate that we're in, it's you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Right. This episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com offers a wide array of hotels and vacation rentals across the U.S., so you can find exactly what you're booking for. There's something for everyone, even those who are impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, your picky teens, your sleep light, rise early mom, or your high maintenance group chat, you can find exactly what you're booking for. You all know that I have lots of high maintenance people in my family, from my kids to my husband. I mean, it's off the chain. And if we can find our perfect stay on Booking.com, anybody can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. Okay, I want to take a minute to share something really important to me, and that's Good Girl RX, a female-focused health and wellness company created by my daughter, Savannah. As women, we so often put everyone else first and ignore our own health, or we're just told to push through instead of being truly listened to. What I love about Good Girl RX is that it's built around real medical care and compassion. Through their telehealth platform, women can meet virtually with licensed medical providers who take the time to review your health history and goals. If it's clinically appropriate, your provider may discuss personalized treatment options, including GLP-1 medications like tirzepatide, as well as wellness therapies such as NAD. Everything is determined by a doctor and tailored to the individual. As a mother, it means everything to me that this company was created to help women feel supported instead of judged. Everyone's journey is different. Results vary, and not everyone qualifies, but having access to licensed physicians who truly listen can make all the difference. If you're ready to take a step toward prioritizing your health, visit goodgirlrx.com and use code CONFESSIONS15 for 15% off at checkout. Medical care is provided by licensed physicians.
Savannah's sitting there at that table with clearly all very liberal, left-leaning women at that table.
Right.
And she's the only conservative. Mm-hmm. But yet the left side wants to preach, that to bring everyone together, the kumbaya moments, that, everyone belongs, love and acceptance. But yet it's only love and acceptance if you buy all that they are saying. If someone else has a difference of opinion of what they're saying, it's no longer the land of love and acceptance.
Right, but I think we need to say, Savannah had an amazing time on The View.
Amazing.
And there was only one person on that panel that she didn't mesh with, really, that was kind of snarky, I think, to her. But everyone else was amazing.
Listen, you know what I said when she came home and started saying all this stuff and we were laying in bed that night. I'm like,
I love
what?
Sonny.
I love Joy.
I love Joy.
Whoopi was amazing.
Whoopi. She's like, Sarah was great. So I think it was a success. It was a win.
It was absolutely a win. But what I was saying is that some of the people, this 5%, was that Savannah tried to address that President Trump was not a racist.
Right.
That was a big thing that their last segment or whatever. And they have taken that and ran with it like Savannah and our whole family are now racist. And it's so bizarre that you would take from her saying, that's not who I know. Mm-hmm. That's not the man that I have dealt with. Mm-hmm. That's not what I have seen him do in the African-American community.
Right.
And when she tried to talk about, he saved my friend who is an African-American woman, he saved her life. Mm-hmm. When you look at, I know who she's talking about with that. Yeah. But when you look at her and you look at Alice Johnson and you look at home ownership under President Trump's first term was the highest in the African-American community ever. Not Obama, not Biden, but Trump. but she couldn't get that out.
Right.
Because all she kept hearing was, he's a racist, he's a racist, he's a racist. Let's just say for shits and giggles that is true, that what they're saying is true. What does it benefit you to inflame the rest of the country with that?
Right.
If you believe that that's truly what, because I don't believe that, but if you believe that that is true, then why wouldn't you approach it from a different aspect of, it breaks my heart or it pains me to know that I have children that have to see this kind of behavior.
Right.
Or even better, to literally say, but listen, it's the President of the United States. I don't agree with what has been said. I don't agree with this action that has been taken. But it is the President of the United States, and for that, I will give him his flowers.
Right.
But let me be very clear. This is where I stand on this, and this. You're not aligning yourself with it.
Right.
You're saying, I don't agree with it.
Right.
But you're being respectful about it.
Right.
And we don't have to have all of the theatrical moments.
Well, I think a lot of that's TV. And, I do think we get, and I'm guilty of this, of getting excited. If it's something that I'm passionate about, I get excited and I get loud. So I think we have to just let it be what it's going to be, because we're not going to change their minds.
I don't want to change their minds.
They're not going to change. No, not that we would ever, not that you would ever want to, but people believe what they believe, and very rarely do they ever change those opinions.
Well, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, because I have changed over my life on my beliefs on certain things.
Right.
And Savannah says that I ride the fence on certain things.
Right.
I am just of the mindset that, where I stand on abortion.
Right.
I feel like that, let me just finish. I feel like that is a woman's choice.
Right.
It is her body.
Right.
But for me and for my home, we will serve the Lord. And that has been that if you create this child and God blesses you with a child, and then you need to have that child, unless there are extenuating circumstances, i.e. being raped, molestation, those kind of things, I'm not gray on that.
Right.
I think that woman or that child who has gone through that should not have to carry that for the rest of their life. Because the trauma of that one event, they're going to have to carry forever anyway.
Right.
But now you've got a constant reminder of it.
Right.
So for me, and folks, I'm saying for me, that I am pro-life.
But the good thing is it doesn't matter about him, because he's not a woman.
That's right.
So
although I've been accused of it. But
I think for the 5% that had negative things to say, it wasn't anybody on the panel. It was 5% of people that watch that show.
Yes.
So I think the people who are view watchers, normal, everyday view watchers, they're not going to agree with Savannah. Most of them.
No. And that's what some of them said.
I think that's the thing. But I think you have to say, but I have this respect for you as a 28-year-old woman who walked into that, who walked into a room of veterans.
She walked into the Lions Den.
Right. I give them respect in that they are veterans in this industry. And so I think you have to just say that. I would expect the average person that's watching this show, no, they're not Savannah fans. They're just not.
No, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of comments where people said, I've watched this show forever, and because I am a fan of the Chrisleys,
right,
I tuned in because I wanted to see Savannah.
Right, but I think it's not your normal.
No, it was not the majority of them. No,
not the people that watch The View all the time.
But you also need to remember that our show is watched by everyone across the board.
Right.
Republicans, conservatives, people that fall in the middle. And that's why it's very important for me, as I was cut off a while ago.
And Democrats. You didn't say Democrats.
Democrats. As I was cut off a while ago, it's very important for me to say that how we believe is our belief. It doesn't have to be everyone else's. Right. It has to be what works best for us as an individual and as a husband and a wife and a mother and a father, a son. And we've raised our children in our belief system.
Right.
But
it doesn't mean that they have to believe the way that we believe.
Some of them don't.
Right. It doesn't mean that they have to see things the way that we see them.
Exactly.
And that doesn't change how we feel about them.
Well, it does a little. I'm not saying, and, there's some things that some of our kids will say that I'm like,
That didn't change how you feel about them, though.
Well, it makes me look at them and think that, they need to be more educated when they say certain things. I'm just saying. But
Todd's way or the highway.
Clearly, Todd's way is not the road you want to take. But the whole part of what I was trying to get across, before I was so rudely cut off, is that for me, I believe how I believe. And that I'm not going to use how I believe to infringe upon anyone else's beliefs, because how you believe is not going to change what I'm going to do. Right. I'm just saying that if you don't agree with the President of the United States, you just don't agree.
Right.
You don't have to say all these vile, ugly things that are being said.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're not in agreement with the war in Iran, then that's up to you. But I mean, if you're not in agreement with it, then it just tells me that you're not very well read, that you have not done your homework, that you've been under a rock for the last 20 or 40 years. I can remember my daddy talking about that we were going to end up at war with Iran. I remember my daddy talking about that. And he would say every election, if they don't do something about it over there in Iran, he'd say Iran. Mm-hmm. He said, if they don't do something about it over there in Iran, you mark what I'm telling you. I might not live to see it, but you're going to live to see it. And I thought about that the day when I woke up and we were at war with them. I thought about what my daddy said. He said, I may not see it in my lifetime, but you're going to see it in yours. And it's the Democrats that's fighting so hard about that.
Right. But yet Iran, I mean, they suppressed women, and they were suppressed women. You could
women,
you were killed
LGBT, if you were gay. You were hung.
Yeah, and I don't
stoned. Women that wore makeup had their eyes cut out. Women just because you're uncomfortable with it doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Right. No, I get it. But
So my thing is that if you don't agree with that, fine. Shut up. You don't know what's going on. Everything is about Trump this and Trump that and whatever. There's a whole slew of people that has to come to this same conclusion.
Yeah.
And, when you sit here and say that, we want to pass this, we want to pass something to where, President Trump has to stop with anything going on in Iran right now. You didn't do that with Obama.
Right.
When he went to war with Syria, you didn't do that then.
Right.
You didn't do that when Biden had the whole catastrophe with Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And so my thing is that you're not doing this because you think it's the right, that we shouldn't be at war with them. You're doing it because you hate him so bad. You just want to do anything you can to strike back.
Yeah.
And you have said before, Todd, that's an angry child. That's an angry child. When they start fighting back like that, they don't know how to do anything but that.
Right.
And, when you look at how some of the Democrats are acting, and I'm not saying the Republicans don't act poorly at times either, because they certainly do. But when you start talking about that we should not be at war with a country that has been at war with us for at minimum 40 to 50 years, then you're ignorant. When you say we should not be at war with a country that is developing literally nuclear weapons that could reach our United States of America. Yeah. And you sit and say, they're not doing anything yet. What do you need? Do you need New York to be? Well, listen, if it's New York, I mean, you got Mamdani. He's going to blow them off the face of the earth. But if you look at it from that perspective, then you're rose-colored glasses.
Right, I know. But
so you have to have someone who is going to look at this and say, who I absolutely, I'm a huge supporter of Marco Rubio. I love him. He's straightforward. He's honest. He's direct. And this is someone who is of Cuban descent.
Right.
Who came to this country and who can tell you what is right and wrong. He's got both sides. He's got a perspective on both sides of it.
Right.
And I love that no one on the Hill has stumped him.
Yeah.
No senator, anyone has been able to make an ass out of him.
Right.
Some they've made a little bit of leeway with some of them up there.
Right.
But you didn't get Marco. You didn't get Marco. Right. So with that being said, I've been on my soapbox now for about 15 minutes, which is
15.
Julie, what are you talking?
You've been on the soapbox since we sat down.
That is not true. I talked about little short, fat Asian Shirley Bui.
I don't want to go back to that.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
All right. Well, folks, on that note, she doesn't want to go back to that. So that means that this is going to be a wrap for today. And we will see you again when?
It'll be a few weeks. So we'll be.
Okay. So
we'll be doing our thing.
Yes. So folks, until next time, good luck and God bless.